Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, fellow degenerates, to the Platt's Picks pod. I am Smitty. With me, as always, this week, with me every week. This couldn't possibly be the Platt's Picks pod without Platt's Picks. Ryan, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I feel like I'm in a better mood this week than I have been the last couple weeks because I didn't get absolutely pounded like the last 2 weeks. I had an okay week. I think I finished up like $70 or something like that, which any week that I finish anything up, I'm happy with. When it's green and not red on my action, that means good things are happening. No, but I'm good. We got to see a couple of your bets hit live in person Monday Night Football.
It is
Steelers and Bears. So yeah, it's been a relatively good week going back to last weekend, and I hope that continues. College basketball, by the way.
Yeah, seeing your bets hit live
it hits different.
It hits different. It's one of the best feelings.
I got to tell you guys about something so good friend of the show, Christian Circle, Keats Barbershop. That's his logo, by the way, located in what corner is this? Am I pointing in the right direction?
Yeah.
It's really above Ryan, but it's over there in that corner.
Above me. Yeah.
So as you guys know, Keats Barbershop, I think you can guess what kind of business it is. It's a barbershop located at 180 Brighton Avenue in Rochester, PA. He's once again doing his Keats Christmas charity event in partnership with Adoption Connection PA. So it's running from November 12th, so 2 days from now, up until the 20th of December. They want to make Christmas special. Honestly, similar to Rocking Around the 412 is what this reminds me of when he sent me this flyer. For a very special family of 4 in the area. They're asking for donations for a local family in need this holiday, and they're working with the Adoption Connection to make that happen. They will wrap all the gifts and donations for this amazing family themselves, so you don't have to take care of that. Just take them the donation or gift directly there to make this a truly special Christmas. So donation items needed: young adult clothing items, small, medium shirts, hoodies, 9, 10.5 shoes, house items like cat items, dog items. They have both those. They have an Xbox, so like games maybe. Tools, personal hygiene stuff, Walmart, Target, Aldi, Dollar Tree, gift cards, whatever. And then just like miscellaneous Christmas gifts that you can think of, 15 to 21 years old. So actually, like, if you guys feel more comfortable reaching out to me about it, I'm great friends with Christian. I can get you in touch with them, help make it happen. DJ said, Ryan doing the do today. Yes, he is. No, but yeah, okay. So obviously great things going on with Christian Keats Barbershop. Honestly, when I was reading that, I was like, this is pretty similar to what we got going on with Rocking Around the 412. So of course we are happy to help out, and that's awesome what they're doing. So let's talk about some picks now. Like I mentioned, college basketball time for you now, which I know you're very excited for. Going through, honestly, like as far as like day of the week, this probably isn't the ideal day of the week to bring up picks for tonight. The only play that I had in college basketball, and we'll just bring this up now because I only have one play in this, was Michigan minus 12.5, which actually is looking pretty solid right now. That's for the full line. I did look at just the first half spread, but I went with the full game.
I think it was 7 in the first half.
Yeah. So it's minus 12.5 for full game. That's my only play of the night in college basketball.
Okay, I have 3 for college basketball tonight. I have Long Beach State minus 7 against Idaho. Idaho won 1 game last year, so I mean I can't see them being that much better. Is that going to
be Pitt this year?
Honestly, Pitt might even win a game, at this rate. But I like Long Beach State to cover the 7. Then another play I have. This game's at 8:30. It is Youngstown State versus Penn State. I like the under 147. Okay. Both teams, they lost a lot, like on both sides. Penn State's coach just randomly resigned, out of nowhere. So I don't even know what they're going to look like. But if you hate doing over-unders, I think Penn State wins this game, but I think Youngstown State covers, and the spread right now is 18.5. And then the last one, it is a late game. So if you like to put in bets and go to sleep, hopefully wake up to green, I like the under 145 in Alcorn State in Seattle.
Oh, man. What kind of...
Dude, college basketball's all over the place. like I put in Discord yesterday that first half under. Like, there was no analysis behind it. I just, this is the first game. First game of college basketball. I'm still
driving. Something. There had to be some type of action.
Driving on my route.
Speaking of college basketball being back, big shout out to my boy Derek Bell. We're rocking Duke today. I know that they don't play tonight, but they played yesterday. I'm not necessarily a Duke fan, but for Derek, I'll be a Duke fan.
They looked really good yesterday.
I know. Yeah, hey, that was one of the picks you had, though, too. I know that we didn't get to talk about it on here, but if you guys are in the Discord, the Platts Picks Discord, you would have seen that and been able to cash on that pick. So if you're not in there, you're missing out on some money.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to back this up other than just how I feel like we've been doing. I feel like if you made literally every single pick with us, you're probably in the green. By how much, I don't know, but you're probably in the green.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, switching over to the NHL. I got a couple plays here. I know that I've really been hammering like NHL player props going back and been successful, by the way, with this. Leon Draisaitl last week, the night that we did Platts picks, he had 3 points. He needed over 1.5 to hit at plus money, so that happened. I didn't touch any player props tonight, though. There's only 3 games in the NHL. So I'm going Stars and Preds under 5.5. These are 2 pretty defensive teams. UC Saros, the goalie for the Predators, really good goalie, was very close to being a Vezina finalist last year. He's not off to the greatest start this year, but I think he bounces back. Not necessarily tonight. Not sure who wins this game, but the Stars do not score goals. They're great at preventing them. Braden Holtby's on a tear to start the season. I think this is a pretty low scoring game. And then my other one here is going to be Wild minus 1.5 against the Coyotes. I mean, again, like I feel like I'm taking everybody to beat the Coyotes by more than 1 goal. But they're 1-10 on the season. They just got their first one on Saturday against the Kraken, and the Wild are 8-3 this year, and they're scoring at a pretty high rate. So I like the Wild to cover this 1.5.
Yeah, I mean the only play that I have, I don't really like bet NHL that much. I try and find my spots.
I gotta know if either of y'all took the over on Steelers Bears. No. So I don't bet on any Steeler games. Like I do player props. That's about it. But if I were to have bet on that game other than that, I would have taken the under. So. Good thing I didn't.
Yeah, but for NHL, the only thing I have is the under 5.5 and the Predators and Stars.
Wait a minute. Derek's in here and he didn't say anything about the shirt. What are we doing, Derek? Derek, we're rocking Duke today. Let's go. I wasn't in the town hall meeting, but so yeah, not a whole lot going on in the NHL. Wednesday's like the night where they actually get some national spotlight, so there's not that many games. Moving on to the NBA then, I got Kemba Walker over 2.5 assists tonight. He's averaging an assist every 8.3 minutes. He should have his expected assist is 5.9, which means people are just not making shots for this dude right now. So hopefully that can change for him tonight. If he plays, how many minutes would he need to play? 18 minutes, theoretically, he should probably hit this number.
Yeah.
So I like it. My other one's going to be Jalen Green over 13.5 points. He was the number 2 pick in the draft. He's been very vocal about feeling like he should have gone number 1 over Cade Cunningham to the Pistons. And guess who they play tonight? Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. So I like Jalen Green over 13.5. Hasn't been incredibly efficient necessarily this year, but he's chucking up shots. He's averaging 13.6 a game. I think he goes over this number.
Yeah, I actually think Jalen Green will win Rookie of the Year, actually, by the way. He's just a pure scorer. I think he'll get it together at some point, and you'll see a consistent number. But I have 2 props tonight. No, 3, actually. I'm not doing any teams tonight. I'm just doing 3 props.
Okay.
I have Al Horford over 7.5 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
He has hit it out of 6 of 8 games. At one point, he was 6 of 7, and then I think last game was a blowout, so that, obviously he don't play in blowouts. Then another one, shout out to Mike from Illinois. Double-double. Yeah. Double-double, Julius Randle. I mean,
that's open up old reliable.
Yeah. If you're in the Platt Picks Discord, I feel we hammer that every night. Just about. Yeah. Hammer right there. Then I believe the last one is actually from Cody Coleman, I think, said it in the Discord.
A Cody Coleman NBA bet. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Yeah. Let me just double check. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure it was him.
I know not that Cody. Cody actually has been like hitting some NBA bets. He loves those first to score in the fourth quarter bets, man.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, God bless with that. But we're playing the Luka double-double at plus 160. It's nice. I mean, the Bulls aren't really a good rebounding team either. And that's probably his best chance of getting a double-double, because I swear the Mavericks hate Luka because they never make shots when like he passes. So, and he's always flirting with a triple-double too.
Yeah.
So.
I do have actually an NBA parlay that I put in literally right before we were recording the show just because I got bored. Charlotte and Memphis over 229, Indiana -3, and Miami -5. We don't know. Obviously, AD's banged up, probably going to play in this game, but not to be effective. Denver missing Jokic now as well due to the suspension. So Indiana has already screwed me twice this year. If they do it a third time, I'm officially off the train, but I'll give them one more shot here with the depleted Nuggets team on the other side of that. I do want to say, Derek mentioned, speaking of Duke, start hammering the over on Grayson Allen props. He said shouting. I don't care what he's shouting, Derek. I want to know about what he's shooting. 47% from three the last 8 games, now averaging 16 on the season.
He dropped 25 last night.
If you remember, on here, I've bet on Grace. I've had Grayson Allen props 2 times, 2 separate weeks on here. So.
Yeah, he's balling in that offense now that Holiday's been hurt. Brooke Lopez is hurt. They need someone to score. Middleton's hurt now too. So it's just him and Giannis at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
He's definitely got the volume. Yeah, that's good advice there. I might actually did they start yet? Is that game going on already?
It starts at 7:30.
Oh boy! All right, this might be a live bet on Platt's pick. I'll do it for Derek if it still shows up for me. Let's see what it's at.
It's probably. I mean, it was at 12.5 for a while. So, I mean, Michigan is up 19 in the first half. So that's
Grayson Allen over 13.5 on DraftKings. What is it on FanDuel? This doesn't typically happen, by the way, but. We got to do something for my boy Derek here. Player points.
NBA
over 14. Oh, but they'll give me plus money on FanDuel over 14.5.
I would try and. I mean, you can chase the plus money.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. There you go, Derek. Grayson Allen over 14.5 at plus 102 odds on FanDuel. If you want to hurry up and get in on that and ride with Platt's picks, and I guess more specifically Derek, then there you go. But all right, yeah, that's all I got in the NBA. So moving on to the NFL, we'll talk about the Thursday night game first. I'm not betting on the game itself, by the way. I hate Thursday night games. I feel like I never actually bet on the game, although I did like the Colts to cover last week. They just beat up on bad teams. Their style of play with that defense, the run game with Jonathan Taylor, it's kind of perfect for those short weeks. But I will say I like Mark Andrews over 4.5 receptions, and you can get that at plus money right now as long as that hasn't changed. That was still at plus 104. Miami's been awful this year against tight ends. Not that they've been necessarily good against anybody, but they've been specifically awful against tight ends. So I will roll with that over 4.5 for him. And then now on the reverse side of this, I'm kind of banking on Miami being able to stay in this game for a little bit. And I've gone against this a lot. I'm finally on the other side of this bet. Myles Gaskin over 11.5 rushes. Reason being last 3 weeks, 12, 15, 20. He's finally starting to touch the rock more in that backfield. Salvin Ahmed hasn't had a role really, except for maybe a little bit as a receiver. Malcolm Brown, they finally realized like he is what he is. He's just kind of a plotter. Myles Gaskin starting to get the rock more in that offense. 3 straight weeks over this number. I'll give it a shot. So that's what I'm rolling with for Thursday Night Football. Do you have anything for Thursday Night Football?
I'm the same. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit of Le'Veon Bell anytime touchdown.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that on here.
Actually, if Mike's in here, he can witness me cheering for him at the casino.
Did you make that bet the same last week too?
Well, I had the Ravens like money line because I teasered something last week, and I had the Ravens, and they went down like 20. So I'm sitting there. I'm the only person in the casino cheering for the Ravens. Everyone else is on the fucking Vikings, and there's me just yelling. I was like, cheer now, and they came back and won, but the Rams screwed me anyway, so I watched that comeback for nothing. And I kind of like to score 2 touchdowns. Let's see what his number is at.
Are you kidding me? What is happening right now?
All right. Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Andrews, 2 touchdowns plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000.
I like it.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, so this is just bringing fantasy football and combining these two things. I think that the Dolphins are giving up like 15 or 16 fantasy points a game to tight end. Like that's in the green. That's a good matchup for tight ends. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's the focal point of that passing game. I would still say slightly over Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think if you're looking for anybody to score 2 touchdowns in this game, that's probably the guy. Is that the best odds for somebody to score 2 touchdowns?
I mean, you can go like, hey,
Or I should
Tyson
say
Williams
I
plus
should say the lowest.
8,500. Yeah,
I should say
yeah.
the lowest odds. Is it plus 1,000
Um,
like the worst odds for somebody to score two?
I mean,
Mark Andrews.
you can just keep scoring all the way down, and the Miami defense plus 10,000 to score 2 touchdowns. But I mean, the best odds, if you would try and get 2 touchdowns, the best odds is Lamar Jackson at plus 700.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I
Two
mean,
rushing touchdowns.
he carried the ball 21 times last week.
I get that. I still think
That is a
there's a better
lot.
shot. Yeah, it is. I still think there's a better shot of Andrew scoring 2 receiving
Oh,
touchdowns than
I
Lamar
do
rushing
agree
for 2.
because
Yeah,
he doesn't count as passing,
right.
so he would have to rush it in twice. But I think if there's any receiver on the Ravens to score 2, it would be Mark Andrews.
Yeah, anybody in this game, if you're asking me who has the best shot of scoring 2 touchdowns, it's Mark Andrews for me. Okay. Well, moving on then, my other NFL plays. I got the Chargers and Vikings going over 53 points. I like the Chargers offense. Don't necessarily like their defense all that much. Minnesota's offense has been frustrating, but going against a defense that's like the Chargers, I think that this could be kind of a shootout. I think that Kirk Cousins has enough weapons to still be able to put up points. Now, we're going to see what happens with this Dalvin Cook situation if more plays out by Sunday. At the same time, I'm a big fan of Madison. Like, I think that he did fill in admirably in that offense. But really, for me, it's going to be about Thielen and Jefferson being able to bully those corners on the Chargers and still put up points. I saw the Sammy Jr. is a stud, though, by the way.
Yeah.
Cleveland and New England, I got under 45 here.
Okay.
I flirted with a different play here, but I ended up going with that. And I like the Broncos to cover 2.5 over Philly. That Broncos defense has just been so good. Even sans Von Miller now, I still think that they're a really good unit. Look at what they did to Dallas's offense. How are they not going to do that exact same
That's pretty crazy.
offense? So I think that they're able to cover that 2.5. Now, this is a bigger spread. Jacksonville coming off that win against Buffalo. I think that they're kind of going to be in like a letdown mode here now. I think that they're like riding this high. Now they got the Colts who are playing their best football right now. Carson Wentz doesn't care that he's about to become a father again. He's playing on Sunday regardless if that baby's born. So I think he's going to have a lot of motivation going out there. Jonathan Taylor has just gotten better every single week.
Insane.
Like maybe the best running back in the NFL right now. I like Indy to cover 10.5 against Jacksonville is what I'm getting at here with all this.
Okay. Is that all? And then we're waiting for your weekly upset.
My upset?
Parlay.
Yeah. That's all I got as far as straight plays.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to get so much hate for this. I mean, you probably saw it. You probably saw it on the action.
On your action. Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking the Lions plus 8.5. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like to bet on the Steelers, but the Steelers games are going to be close. Every game is going to be like it was against the Bears. Just be like a one-possession game, I feel like. They just don't have the firepower to pull away in games. And I don't think they've won by like 8 points in like a year. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw a stat on Twitter today or something like that. If the Lions,
even if they're up by a couple possessions, teams they play back and teams get back into the game and they end up winning by, like you said, like somewhere between 3 to 6 points.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Lions have been in every game except for that game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
So I just like them to cover. I hope the Steelers prove me wrong. And I hope the Steelers prove me wrong and make me lose money. Like I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean it's not like you're picking the Lions to win here.
Yeah,
I mean maybe you are, I don't know, but we're talking about them just going.
Then I am going Titans -3 against the Saints.
Okay.
Titans are looking real good. And I don't get it.
I don't know how, but yeah.
I don't get Ryan Tannehill. He's like brand new beast, I guess. There's no Derrick Henry, but Adrian Peterson's there, so
I know, and Jeremy McNichols did like nothing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It just seems like Vrabel like always has that team ready. I feel like ever since he's taken over, his team always starts out slow and then they just get ready in the middle of the season. So I like the Titans to continue their dominance and cover that 3. We're in the same about Denver at 2.5. What they did to the Cowboys was insane.
Yeah.
And Teddy Bridgewater really don't turn the ball over. So, he's going
he's
to
got 5
build.
picks this year, but
He's going to build those long drives, give the defense a break, continue to run it with Javonte Williams and Melvin Ingram. Or not Melvin Ingram, Jesus. Melvin Gordon.
I mean,
hey. Then I have an upset. Taking the Raiders money line at plus 125 against the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are not a good football team. They don't cover. They don't play defense. They should have lost against the Packers if anybody but Jordan Love was quarterback. I feel like it was a one possession game like the whole game, and they never pulled away. So, and the Raiders have looked good this year. Derek Carr's playing out of his mind, even with all the drama in the organization.
Yeah, I actually have the Raiders beating the Chiefs as my upset parlay, with the other game being the Seahawks, with Russ Wilson coming back beating the Packers. We don't know about Aaron Rodgers yet. We won't know until Saturday. That's literally the earliest that he could come back. But he mentioned on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday that it really is up in the air. He has no clue if he's going to play Sunday. So
I was going to say that too. I like the Seahawks to win, even if Rodgers is playing. But I would wait, unless you really want to get the plus money Seattle right now. I think it's like 120 something. And you can just bank on Aaron Rodgers not playing.
So the odds for those two are plus 463 on a parlay.
Yeah. I mean, you can put $20 on that. Yeah, I think that's a $100 payout right there. So,
yeah.
So that's really it for me right now for NFL. And then obviously I'll do some props.
Yeah.
Nothing like cash and once again, that Najee first TD. And then that Muth TD.
I can tell you right now, the number's not out yet. I don't care. It's going to be 32 degrees on Sunday with precipitation. Whatever Najee's rushing number is, I know that he had some tough sledding against the Bears because of the offensive line. I don't care if he plays behind no offensive line on Sunday against the Lions. The way the weather's going to be, the volume's going to be too high. I'm betting the over on his rushing prop.
Yep.
It could be make it 300 yards. I don't care. I'm putting money on it.
Yeah.
But okay, moving along to college football then. I actually I only have 2 straight plays here. I'm going San Diego State minus 2.5 over Nevada. Carson Strong, one of the better QB prospects in this draft class, is at Nevada. Guess what else Nevada has on that football team?
What is that?
Nothing. They have Carson Strong, and that's it. San Diego State is top 10 in the country against the pass. Literally, guess what Nevada has? The pass. They have a quarterback, and that's about it that they got going on there. So I like San Diego State to cover that 2.5 against them. My other play, Michigan. I got them minus 1.5. I know that line has been moving around.
It's a half now.
Is it a half? Okay. When I got it was 1.5. Over Penn State. I don't feel like I need a reasoning for that. I have Michigan over Penn State.
Yeah. I have the same play pretty much. I have Michigan minus a half is what I got it at. Then I have Purdue plus 20.5 against Ohio State. Purdue just seems to make you upset when you bet against them against a ranked team.
Yeah, they've already upset 2 top 5 teams this year. I mean, did they do it a third time? No, but very good shot to cover. Did you say it was 20.5 or is it?
It's 20.5.
Yeah.
Obviously, that could change come Saturday. Then I know I'm going to get hate for this one probably, but I'm doing North Carolina plus 6.5.
Listen, you said you got Le'Veon Bell scoring a touchdown. You got the Lions covering, and now you got UNC covering. I don't think that you want people to watch this show.
Dude, I mean, Pitt's defense is terrible. Like
UNC's top 10
is
rushing offense.
Top 10 rushing offense. Obviously. Sam Howell is turning it on. I think the over-under is 73.5.
It is. Yeah.
This will be a good game to watch. Pickett versus Howell. I don't know, man. I do think Pitt wins, but I don't.
5 NFL GMs in attendance for this one.
I do think Pitt wins, but I don't think they cover.
That's fair enough. I mean, it is going to be fun. It's kind of sucks that they're competing with Thursday Night Football in the NFL.
Yeah.
tomorrow night, because that's it should be a really good game, or at least offensively. If you're a fan of defense, I would probably watch
Yeah.
the
No.
NFL game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch that over the NFL game, obviously. So
Yeah. Same here.
and then okay, so my upset parlay. This is a relatively big one. This is a juicy one. Plus 1,596 odds on this 3-team
God.
parlay. We got Baylor over Oklahoma. I feel like Oklahoma's been flirting with a loss all year. I know that they changed quarterbacks. Williams has been better than Rattler, but still, that team has just been flirting with loss after loss and not gotten it. This is the week that they finally catch it from Baylor. Ole Miss over A&M. You know what? As long as you got Matt, I know that they've lost games this year, but when you got my favorite QB prospect in the draft, I got to bet against you when you're underdogs. Or I'm sorry, bet with you when you're underdogs. And then finally, is Mike in Illinois watching this right now? Virginia over Notre Dame.
Okay.
They are 5.5-point underdogs. I get them winning outright. Those three plus 1,596 odds on a 3-team upset parlay.
That is crazy odds.
I know. Yeah, they're all. I think Virginia over Notre Dame is the least likely one to happen, but even that one is like just plus 172 or something.
I wonder what the odds were last week for TCU to win versus Baylor. Because I know the money line was 200, I think.
Yeah, the speculation is there, at least from like what I was reading on some articles, like preparing for this. With Baylor last week, was they were just already looking forward to Oklahoma and just looked right past TCU.
Yeah.
But Baylor can put up points. So that's hopefully what I'm looking for. I know that they got a good dual threat running back system going on there, and that's kind of what they're going to need to lead them. And then, of course, the Smitty super upset this week. Texas Tech upsets Iowa State. It's at Texas Tech. Texas Tech is actually better on offense, passing, total yards, points, and third down percentage. If their defense can get them like 2-3 stops, they got a shot in this game, and I fully believe that.
Okay.
And that's plus 310. If I didn't mention that.
I mean, that's not that bad.
They're at home.
Spread?
They're at home.
What's the spread? It's probably like 15.
Let's see here.
If I guess, it's double digits. If I had to guess,
I'm just surprised that they're plus 310 at home. Like if it were on the road, I could see it. 10.5.
10.5.
Yeah. Marcus said, was that in response to this? He sent the eyes, but I don't know what that was in response to. But yeah, that's my super upset. That hasn't been very good the last couple of weeks.
Hey, but it hit that 1 week, so
I know, and it what's it called? Canceled out the other week. What is the word for that? Why am I blanking right now? What's the word for when a bet doesn't hit or miss?
Sucks.
No.
Why can't I think? Marcus, I know that you're a big gambler. You gotta help me out.
Talking about a bad beat, are you?
No. I need I can't. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Push.
Oh, push. Push.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I got my money back for ECU when they didn't upset Houston, but it went to overtime.
That's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, last couple weeks it hasn't worked out that well. Wake Forest shut out Duke, like whatever it was, 48-0 or something, 45-0, something like that. And what was the other one? Oh, Liberty did not beat Ole Miss.
That was crazy because I watched that whole game, and I really thought that if Malik Willis would have scored early, because they didn't score till the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was 14-0 for a while. So maybe if they would have did anything in the first half,
right,
that might have even hit.
Well, that's about all we got. Unless you got something else, that's about all I got. I know that
No, that's it right now. I just wish there was a better college basketball slate, but that was all yesterday. So,
but that's why people need to get in the Discord, so they're not only getting our bets for one day a week. Really,
yeah.
I know that we talk about college football and the NFL for the weekend, but also we just got a question. In your opinion, does Cincy deserve to be a top 4 team right now?
I say no.
Here's the thing with college football.
If they went out, I feel like are they going to have to put them in? Is the thing, like, if they went out, they might have to put them in.
Yeah, so I've always been like of the proponent where like I get the whole argument. It's like you think that whoever you would put them up against would blow them out of the water because they haven't been impressive against like inferior competition. Like they're literally just skating by. But if they win out, I mean, they play South Florida and then they play SMU and East Carolina. Like SMU maybe gives them a game. East Carolina, I know that we literally just talked about them because I picked them to upset Houston, but they're not going to give Cincinnati a game, I wouldn't think. But the thing with Cincinnati, right? So they only beat Navy by 7. They struggled with Tulane before pulling away late. They were dominant against UCF, dominant against Temple. They beat Notre Dame, which was like their big win. I mean, their resume just isn't that impressive looking. Tulsa they beat by 8. I mean, are they one of the best 4 teams in college football? Probably not. But if they go undefeated, like I feel like you have to give them a shot to find out.
So who do you think's in the top 4 then? Like who do you think's going to be in the playoffs?
When it shakes out?
When it's all said and done. Obviously right now things could change with the tournament game, or not tournament games, the championship games. Who do you think is in the top 4?
Who do I think's the best 4 teams, or who do I think when it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done, who do you think is going to be in?
So here's the problem that's going to happen is I think, do I really want to say this on here right now? Because I'm going to end up looking like an idiot. I think when it's all said and done, in the SEC championship, Alabama beats Georgia.
Really?
In the rematch, which is really going to throw a wrench into things.
Okay.
Because then I feel like you got to have both those teams in, along with the Big Ten winner, which is going to be Ohio State. And then is that other spot going to be Oregon, Cincinnati? I know people are making a case for Notre Dame now.
Okay.
So I guess in my scenario, I will go Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, and Oregon.
Okay.
Well, see, I'm assuming Kirby. I got Oklahoma losing to Baylor this week, so this can't happen. This can't happen. What you're saying, but yeah, if Oklahoma were to go undefeated as well, that's.
I mean that right there is tough because if Oklahoma wins out, ends up undefeated, and let's say Cincy's undefeated, they're probably going to have to because Georgia's in it no matter what.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Even if they lose that game that I'm talking about, yeah.
Even if they lose in the SEC title game, I think they're in regardless.
Yeah.
Now, if Bama gets 2 losses, do you think they just dip them out?
Yeah.
Like they would have. Like if they lose another game, they're cooked.
They can't lose another game, even if it's the SEC championship.
Like, I feel like it's the same with Ohio State, though.
Yeah.
Because if Ohio State loses again, Oregon beat them. So they have that win there. So
yeah. The issue that I think that we're going to run into is the precedent kind of already having been set.
Yeah.
For what they're going to do, and I just don't see them coming off of that. I mean, Ohio State has a really tough schedule to finish out here. I mean, Purdue, Michigan State, and Michigan. I mean, that's. Purdue, I understand they're 20.5-point favorites, but Purdue has already beaten 2 top 5 teams this year. That you can't take them lightly. And then Michigan State, Michigan, obviously.
I mean, they had a tough game last week. Ohio State did.
Yeah, Nebraska
fought them hard. I mean, they won,
But what I wanted to look at real quick, and yes, I 100% agree, it is the defense with Ohio State. I was worried about the offense early, but Stroud's figured it out. The other thing is, man, they're not going to this year, but this is going to be the first year that the ACC champion doesn't make the playoff because it's made it every year since 2014. But it's also like Clemson's been there every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that those are probably all that. Who does Oklahoma finish out with?
I can look at it.
They got Baylor, Iowa State, Oklahoma State.
I mean, you
At
picked
Oklahoma State.
You picked Baylor to win, so right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this week.
I don't.
So.
I'll say like this might be like a top. Even if they beat Baylor, I think they lose one of those last two. I think Oklahoma's out of the discussion by the time that we get to the championship games.
If they beat Baylor, I think the only team that I can see them losing to is Oklahoma State.
That's on the road.
Yeah,
at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so
it will be interesting. We could probably have a whole podcast just talking about the playoff scenarios. It's really interesting this year because, like you said, we could have a 2-loss Bama where their only 2 losses are to the number 1 team in the country in Georgia.
Yeah, and then they can't even get in because there's 2 undefeated teams or something like that, I don't know. Oregon really hasn't looked good, though.
No, I picked somebody to upset them. It didn't happen, but I think they only won by
they got
7.
Their running back is shaped like a kicker.
So. Yeah, his Troy Dye was. What's his name? His last name's Dye, but I thought Troy Dye was his brother.
Let's see.
He's a running back. His brother was a linebacker there. He's Travis Dye.
Is that what it is?
Troy Dye was a linebacker. Yeah. But okay, Oregon, they finish out Washington State, Utah, Oregon State. So I mean, maybe Utah.
Yeah,
but
they got a pretty favorable schedule.
They lost
but
Stanford.
Look who they lost to. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, think about it. Like, I know that it's easy to say it's a hypothetical, but if Ohio State and Oregon played right now,
Ohio State's. I'd put my life savings on Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't really look at it like that. I don't think, like as a committee. But I don't know. Either way, we're getting off track. This has been the Smitty and Ryan College Football Playoff Podcast. No, but seriously, thanks for watching another episode of the Platt's Picks Pod. Get in our Discord if you want. Reach out to us on Twitter. Of course, our Twitter handles are right below us. Check out Keats Barbershop and their Christmas mission. I'll post about it on our Twitter as well. I will also put the link to his Facebook page, which has all the information in the description of the show on YouTube, so you can check that out via there as well. As always, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you want to see. Get in the Discord because that's how we know if you're tailing us or fading us. It's always cool to see. We love seeing green. We hate seeing red. Yeah. This has been the Platt's Picks Pod for Smitty, for Ryan. Best of luck, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.